Well, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Cheryl, and I will be entertaining you today with some life facts. So welcome to Straight Talk Saturday. Yes, Straight Talk Saturday. We'll be talking about everything. And today I have a topic that I want to share with you that I think you'll think is important. All right, so here we go. So what I want to share with you today is something that I learned. If you guys have been following my channel, you know that I have been recently diagnosed with RA, which is rheumatoid arthritis. And so I was talking to my cousin yesterday. She and her husband were traveling in the car, and she called to check on me because it had been a while since we talked. And she was not aware of my recent diagnosis of RA. So she reminded me that arthritis ran on her mother's side of the family. Her mother and my grandfather are brothers and sisters. So we are what you would call second cousins, as people would say. So as we were having this conversation, she said to me, I have arthritis in my feet. Now, my cousin has been a dancer for some decades now. And so she attributed her arthritis to her frequent use of her feet, a lot being ballet, some African dance, other types of dance. And so when she said to me, I have arthritis, but I don't have rheumatoid arthritis. So when she said it, it kind of sparked something in me. Okay, what does she mean? She has arthritis, but not rheumatoid arthritis. So the conversation kind of flipped because she and her husband were traveling in their car to Washington. And the reason they were going is because years ago, her husband played on a ball team. And this ball team is being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And so they were on their way there for the ceremony. And some of the players have since died, but those that are still living were all going to meet up for this ceremony. And so the conversation kind of got flipped. And I didn't answer, or ask rather, what was the difference, because we were talking about a lot of things. But later on that evening, my curiosity was piqued. Okay, what is the difference between arthritis and a rheumatoid arthritis? And so I did what most of us do today. I looked it up through Google. And so I want to share with you what I learned, because you may be puzzled too. What is the difference? There is a big difference. And so it made me understand why when I say to people, oh, I have rheumatoid arthritis or RA, they say, oh, I've got arthritis. You know, it comes with age. It's this, that, and that. But they are not aware that they are talking about regular arthritis, not rheumatoid. And there is a big difference. And so I want to share it with you because I want you to be aware. And of course you can Google it, because you may be suffering with this. You may have relatives that are suffering with this, and they don't understand that there is a difference. So I'm going to tell you guys what that difference is. So let's get into it. So this is what it says. Arthritis is a general term for joint pain or disease, covering over 100 different conditions. Rheumatoid arthritis, or RA, is just one specific type of arthritis. The main difference is that general arthritis often means physical wear and tear on joints, while rheumatoid arthritis is an immune system disease. Big difference. Now, the core differences are this. Arthritis is a broad label for any joint inflammation. Rheumatoid, on the other hand, is a specific autoimmune disease where the body attacks its own joint linings. Wow. The cause, general types like osteoporosis come from age, use, or injury. RA comes from a misfiring immune system. So generally, my body is attacking itself. And that's what is happening with those who have rheumatoid arthritis as opposed to regular arthritis. I'm moving my tablet around because it's showing up in my glasses and I don't want it to do that. Okay. Now, the impact on the body. General arthritis usually stays in the painful joint, whereas RA causes full body symptoms like extreme tiredness and fever. Now, let's look at the symptom patterns. General arthritis affects one side or a specific worn joint, whereas RA affects the same joints on both sides of the body at once, like your hands or both knees. So, if you look at my hands, you can see that my fingers are slightly tilted to a degree. I cannot bend this finger, or my thumb will only go so far, and I cannot make a fist. This is what my hands look like. The other hand is similar. I can do this. Matter of fact, this is one of the exercises to do with the sponge to keep those fingers mobile. Also, trying to bend them at the joint is supposed to help. But as you can see, I cannot make a fist with either one of these hands, these fingers. Both my knees are affected. They are painful when I sit and go to stand up. And so early on, when I first had this, it was in my elbows, my arms were affected, and so it is improving somewhat. Now, after having this for 8 months, I am on medication. So for 8 months, I dealt with this stiffness in my neck, my shoulders, my arms, my hands, my knees, without medication. Okay? All right. So, with general arthritis, you have stiffness when you wake up that lasts maybe about 30 minutes. But with rheumatoid arthritis, it lasts for an hour or longer. General arthritis pain gets worse with activity. So the more you would use your knees or your hand, it becomes worse. On the other hand, with rheumatoid arthritis, the more you move, the better you feel. And that is what happens with me. When I wake in the morning, I'm stiff somewhat, but as soon as I start walking around and moving, I feel so much better. So these are some differences in the two arthritis. I wanted to share that with you guys because I'm sure a lot of you are not aware. Please share this video with your friends and your family, those you know that may be dealing with this, and look into some things that you can do to alleviate. Now, for a while, my knees were popping and cracking. And so I started using a joint supplement. I had gotten it off of HSN, and there is a doctor that sells his product on there, Dr. Lessman, and I got the capsules. I don't do well swallowing capsules, especially depending upon the size of them. So I did switch. I actually gave those to my brother who is having some similar difficulties, and I switched to a liquid. So the liquid supplement that I take is by Oasis brand, and it is a joint supplement. So if you are thinking about trying to alleviate some of the symptoms of your arthritis, I would suggest that product. My knees do not pop and crack anymore. Okay, so I want to thank you guys for coming in and sharing this information with me. We're learning together, and this is Straight Talk Saturday. And I'm not going to edit that out. Straight Talk Saturday. Okay, I got it right. And I'm going to see you guys next week. All righty? Have a great evening. Bye-bye.